looking for Pie 9.
Pie 9, c'est qu'est-ce qu'il dit?
Tickets! Anti-tickets!
As-tu vu le trafic? As-tu vu comment c'est dégueulasse?
Excusez-moi,
Je vous ai bien
maman.
compris. Vous êtes en train de
The metro
dire à la
is done
prochaine
again.
passe pour Pacioretty, à lancer, et but!
Okay, hang on, I'm just gonna go get some more smoke.
Attention, nous attendons l'autorisation du centre de
Vive le Québec libre!
Then to the sessions of sweet silent thought, I summon up remembrance of things past. I sigh the lack of many a thing I sought, and with old woes new wail my dear times waste. Then can I drown an eye unused to flow, for precious friends hid in death's dateless night, and weep afresh love's long since cancelled woe, and moan the expense of many a vanished sight. Then can I grieve at grievances forgone, and heavily from woe to woe tell over the sad account of forebemoaned moan, which I knew pay as if not paid before. But if the while I think on thee, dear friend, all losses are restored, and sorrows end.
Of my sinful earth, these rebel powers that thee array, why dost thou pine within and suffer dearth, painting thy outward walls so costly gay? Why so long cost, having so short a leash, dost thou upon thy fading mansion spend? Shall worms, inheritors of this excess, eat up thy charge? Is this thy body's end? Then, soul, live thou upon thy servant's loss, and let that pine to aggravate thy store by terms divine in selling hours of dross. Within be fed, without be rich no more. So shalt thou feed on death, which feeds on men. And death, once dead, there's no more dying then. That is it.
Weary with toil, I haste me to my bed. The dear repose for limbs with travel tired. But then begins a journey in my head to work my mind when body's works expired. For then my thoughts from far where I abide intend a zealous pilgrimage to thee, and keep my drooping eyelids open wide, looking on darkness which the blind do see, saying that my soul's imaginary sight presents thy shadow to my sightless view, which like the jewel honey gas the night makes black night beauteous and her old face new. Lo, thus, lo, thus. By day my limbs, by night my mind, for thee and for myself no quiet find. Hey, thank you very much, everybody. Hello? Hello? Thank you. That's the thing. Hey guys, I'm Bradley, and I'm here because my mom said, "Hey Bradley, did you take your guitar outside?" And so that's what I did. And I'm here, but I'm also here because of Shakespeare, because I love Shakespeare, and I put the Shakespeare sonnet to music because I love him, and he wrote like thousands of poems and plays and words, and that's why we're all here, right? Yeah, because of Shakespeare. Yeah, Shakespeare! You guys are great. Thank you for coming. So, oh God, I thought that we could all, appreciate Shakespeare together because the words are there, and you've heard my great song now, and now you know the words. So I thought that we could have a sing-along just to, not be like
to my sightless view.
That part's really low, even for me.
Which like a jewel hung in ghastly light, makes black night beauteous and her old face new.
This is my favorite part!
Oh, thus.
I repeated it.
Oh, thus.
Now quiet.
By day my limbs, by night my mind, for thee and for myself, no quiet find. If thy soul shake thee that I come so near, swear to thy blind soul that I was thy will, and will thy soul knows is admitted there. Thus far, for love, my love suit, sweet, fulfill, will fulfill the treasure of thy love. I fill it full with wills, and my will, one. In things of great receipt, with ease we prove among a number, one is reckoned none. Then in the number, let me pass untold, though in thy store's account I one must be, for nothing hold me than it please thee. Hold that nothing me, a something sweet to thee. Make but my name thy love, and love that still, and then thou lovest me, for my name is Will.
Whoever hath her wish,
Thou hast thy will,
and will to boot,
and will an overplus.
more than enough am I that vex thee still.
To thy sweet will, making addition thus.
Wilt thou, whose will is large,
And spacious.
not once vouchsafe to hide my will in thine,
Shall will in others seem right gracious?
and in my fair will no fair acceptance shine.
The sea add water yet receives rain still.
And in abundance addeth to her store.
So thou being rich in will,
Oh, add to thy will,
one will of mine.
to make thy large still
More. Let no unkind, unfair beseechers kill.
think all but one, and me in that one will.
Excusez-moi, monsieur. Monsieur, excusez-moi. Excusez-moi, monsieur. When in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon strike to one more rich in hope. Featured like him with friends possessed, desiring this man's art and that man's scope, with what I most enjoy, contented least. Yet, in these thoughts, myself almost despising, haply, I think on thee. And then my state, like to the lark at break of day arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings. Oh, madame, un peu de change, madame. Un peu de change, madame, excusez-moi.
No longer mourn for me when I am dead. Then you shall hear the surly solemn bell give warning to the world that I am fled from this wild world with wildest worms to dwell. No. If you read this line, remember not the hand that writ it, for I love you so that I in your sweet thought would be forgot, if thinking on me then should make you woe. Oh, if I say you look upon this verse, when I, perhaps compounded am with clay, do not so much as my poor name rehearse, but let your love, even with my life decay, lest the wise world should look into your moan and mock you with me after I am gone.
Yes! Of self-love possesseth all mine eyes, and all my soul, and all my every part. And for this sin there is no remedy. It's so grounded in my heart. Methinks no shape so gracious is as mine, no shape so true, a truth of such account. And for myself no words do define, as I all others in words surmount. My glass shows me my face indeed, beaten and charred with tanned antiquity. My own self-love quite contrary I read. Self of self-loving were iniquity. 'Tis thee, painting myself, and for myself I praise, painting thy age with beauty of thy days. Sick of self-love, possesseth all mine eye, all my soul, and all my every part. And for this sin there is no remedy.
When I consider everything that grows, pose in perfection, but a little moment, that this huge stage presenteth not, but shows wherein the stars in secret influence comment. When I perceive that men, as plants, increase, cheered and checked even by the self-same sky, vaunt in their youthful sap, at height decrease, and wear their brave state out of memory, then the conceit of this inconstant stay sets you most rich in youth before my sight, where wasteful time debateth with decay, to change your day of youth to, solid night. All this in war with time for love of you, as he takes from you, I engraft you new.
Those that have power to hurt will do none. Do not do the thing they most do show. Who, moving others, are themselves as stone, cold, unmoving, and to temptation slow. They rightly do inherit heaven's graces, and husband nature's riches from expense. They are the lords and owners of their faces. Others, but stewards of their excellence. Oh, summer's flower is to the summer sweet, though to itself it only live and die. But if that flower with base infection meet, the basest weed outbraves his dignity. For sweetest thing turns sours by their deeds. Lilies that fester smell far worse than weeds.
When I have seen by times fell and defaced the rich proud cost of outworn buried age, when sometime lofty towers I have seen downraised, brass, eternal slave to mortal rage. When I have seen the hungry ocean gain advantage on the kingdom of the shore and firm, main, win of the watery main, exchanging store with loss, loss with store. When I have seen such interchange of state, state itself confounded to decay. Ruin hath taught me thus to ruminate that time will come. Take my love away. This thought is as a death, which cannot choose but to weep at that which it fears to lose.
Like the waves that make towards the pebbled shores, so do our minutes hasten to the end.
Each changing place with that which goes before. In sequent toil, all forwards do contend.
Nativity, once in the main light crawls to maturity, wherewith, being crowned, crooketed lips against his glory fight, that time gave doth now his gift confound.
Time doth transfix the flourish set on youth, delves the parallels in beauty's brow, feeds on the rarities of nature's truth, and nothing stands but for his scythe to mow.
And yet, times in hope my verse shall stand,
praising thy worth, despite his cruel hand.
When I do count the clock that tells the time, and see brave day sunk in hideous night, when I behold the violet past prime and sabled curls silvered o'er with white, when lofty trees I see barren of leaves which erst from heat did canopy the herd, and summer greens all girded up in sheaves, born of the beer with white bristled ears. Then of thy beauty do I question make, that amongst the waste of time must go, since sweets and beauties do themselves forsake, to die as fast as we see others grow. Nothing against time's scythe can make defense, save breed, to brave him when thee take thee hence. But don't you understand? It's
you can hear the world, you can spend the night with her, and you know that she's free.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's leaf hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometime declines, possession of the fair thou ownest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in its shade. When in eternal line to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe, or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.
How like a winter hath my absence been from thee, the pleasure of the fleeting year. What freezings have I felt, what dark days seen, what old December's bareness everywhere, and yet the time removed was summer's time, the teeming autumn, big with rich increase, bearing the wanton burden of the prime, like widowed wombs after their lord's decease. Yet this abundant issue seemed to me but hope of orphans and unfathered fruit. For summer and his pleasures wait on thee, and thou away. The very birds are mute. Or if they sing, 'tis with so dull a cheer that leaves look pale, dreading the winter's near.
Non, c'est vrai. Magzo, et basta. Et basta. In faith, I do not love thee with my nights, for they in thee 1,000 errors note. But 'tis my heart that loves what they despise, who in despite of you is pleased to dote. Nor on mine ears with that tombstone delighted, no tender feeling to base touches prone. No taste, no smell, desire to be invited to any sensual feast with the alone. But my 5 weeks, nor my 5 senses can dissuade one foolish heart from serving me, who lives unswayed the likeness of a man, thy proud heart slave, and vassal wretch to be. Only my plague thus far, I count my gain, that she who makes me sin, awards me pay.
your slave. What should I do but tend upon the hours and times of your desire? I have no precious time at all to spend, nor services to do till you require. Nor dare I chide the world without end hour, whilst I, my sovereign, watch the clock for you. Nor think the bitterness of absence sour when you have bid your servant once adieu. Nor dare I question with my jealous thought where you may be or your affairs suppose, but like a sad slave I stay and think of naught save where you are, how happy you make those. So true a fool in love that in your will, though you do anything, he thinks no ill.
Being your slave, what should I do but tend upon the hours and times of your desire? I have no precious time at all to spend, nor services to do till you require. Nor dare I chide the world without end hour, whilst I, my sovereign, watch the clock for you. Nor think the bitterness of absence sour when you have bid your servant once adieu. Nor dare I question with my jealous thought where you may be, nor your affairs suppose, but like a sad slave stay and think of naught save where you are, how happy you make those. So true a fool is love that in your will, though you do anything, she thinks no ill.
The expense of spirit in a waste of shame is lust in action.
And till action, lust is...
Perjured, murderous, bloody, full of blame.
Savage, extreme.
Rude, cruel, not to trust. Enjoyed no sooner, but despised straight.
Past reason hunted.
And no sooner had past reason hated, as a swallowed bait on purpose laid to make the taker mad.
Mad in pursuit and in possession, so had having and in quest to have extreme a bliss and proof.
And proved a very woe. Before a joy proposed.
Behind a dream. All this the world well knows.
Yet none knows well to shun the heaven that leads men to this hell.
Shall not persuade me I am old, so long as youth and thou are of one date.
But when in thee time's furrows I behold, then look I death my dates should expiate.
For all the beauty that doth cover thee is but the seemly raiment of my heart,
which in thy breast doth live as thine in me.
How can I then be elder than thou art?
Therefore, love, be of thyself so wary,
as I not for myself, but for thee will,
bearing thy heart, which I shall keep so chary as tender nurse her babe from faring ill.
Presume not on thy heart when mine is slain.
Oh, thou gavest me thine,
not to give back again.
When my love swears that he is made of truth, I do believe him, though I know he lies. That he might think me some untutored youth unlearned in the world's false subtleties, thus vainly thinking that he thinks me young, although he knows my days are past the best. Oh. Simply, I credit his false-speaking tongue. On both sides thus, the simple truth suppressed. But wherefore, says he not, he is unjust? And wherefore say not I that I am old? Oh, love's best habit is in seeming trust. And age in love loves not to have years told. Therefore, I lie with him, and he with me, and in our faults by lies, we flattered thee.
of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds or bends with the remover to remove. Ah, no! It is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken.
It is the star to every wandering bark. Whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken.
Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love answers not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out, even to the edge of doom.
If this be error, or upon me proved,
I never writ, nor no man ever loved.
Then hate me when thou wilt. If ever. Now, while the world is bent my deeds to cross, join with the spite of fortune, make me bow, and do not drop in for an after loss. Oh, do not, when my heart hath escaped this sorrow, come in the rearward of a conquered woe. Give not a windy night, a rainy morrow, to linger out a purposed overthrow. If thou wilt leave me, do not leave me last, when other petty griefs have done their spite, but in the onset come, so that I may at first taste the very worst of fortune's might, and other streams of woe, which now seem woe, compared with the loss of thee, will not seem so.
If the dull substance of my flesh were thought, injurious distance should not stop my way. For then, despite of space, I would be brought from limits far remote where thou dost stay. No matter then, although my foot did stand upon the furthest earth, removed from thee, for nimble thought can jump both sea and land, as soon as think the place where you would be. But, thought kills me that I am not thought, to leap large lengths of miles when thou art gone. But that so much of earth and water wrought. Oh, I must attend time's leisure with my moans, receiving not by elements so slow, but heavy tears, badges of either's woe.
grieved at that which thou hast done. Roses have thorns, silver fountains have mud, clouds and eclipses stain both moon and sun, and loathsome cankers live in sweetest buds. All men make faults, and even I, in this, authorizing thy trespass, would compare myself correcting, solving thy amiss, excusing thy sins far more than thy sins are, for to thy sensual fault I bring in sense. Thy adverse party is thy advocate, and against myself a lawful plea commits. Such civil war is in my love and hate, that I an accessory needs must be to thy sweet thief, which sourly robs from me.
Longing still for that which longer nurseth the disease, feeding on that which doth preserve the ill, the uncertain, sickly appetite to please. My reason, the physician to my love, angry that his prescriptions are not kept, hath left me, and I desperate now approve desire is death, which physic did accept. Past cure I am, now reason is past care, and frantic mad with evermore unrest. My thoughts and my discourse as madmen's are at random from the truth, vainly expressed. For I have sworn thee fair, and thought thee bright, who art as black as hell, as dark as night! Which you cite? Or if they have, where is my judgment fled that censors falsely what they see aright? If that be fair, then whereon my false eyes dote? What needs the world to say it is not so? If it be not, then love doth well to know, 'cause love's eye is not so true as all men's. No, how can it? Oh, how can love's eye be true that is so vexed with watching and with tears? No marvel then though I mistake my view, the sun itself sees not till heaven clears. Cunning love, with tears that keeps me blind, lest eyes while seeing thy foul faults should find.
rage, who with his fear is put besides his part, or some fierce thing replete with too much rage, whose strength's abundance weakens his own heart. So I, for fear of trust, forget to say the perfect ceremony of love's rite, and in mine own love's strength seem to decay, or charged with burden of mine own love's might. Oh, let my looks be then the eloquence and dumb presagers of my speaking breast, who plead for love and look for recompense more than that tongue that more hath more expressed. Oh, learn to read what silent love hath writ. To hear with eyes belongs to love's fine wit. Zounds!
Why dost thou promise such a beauteous day and make me trouble thoughts without my cloak? To let base clouds o'ertake me in my way, hiding thy bravely in their rotten smoke? Tis not enough that through the clouds thou break to dry the rain off my storm-beaten face. For no man such as salve can speak that heals all wounds and cures not the disgrace. Nor can thy shame give physic to my grief. Though thou repent, yet I still have the loss. The offender's sorrow lends but weak relief to him that bears the strong offender's cross. Oh, but those tears are pearls which thy love sheds. They are rich and ransom all your deeds.
Not marble nor the gilded monuments of princes shall outlive this powerful rhyme.
But we shall shine more bright than these contents.
Than unswept stone besmeared with sluttish time, when wasteful wars shall statues overturn.
And broils root out the work of masonry.
Nor Mars his sword, nor war's quick fire shall burn the living record of our memory.
Against death and all oblivious enmity.
Shall we pace forth? Your praise shall still find room.
Even in the eyes of all posterity, which wear this world out to the ending doom. So till the judgment that yourselves arise,
We live in this and dwell in lovers' eyes.
thou art dudier for our processing, and like enough thou know'st thy estimate. The charter of thy worth gives thee releasing. Our bonds in thee are all determinate. For how do we hold thee but by thy granting? And for that riches, where is our deserving? The cause of this fair gift in us is wanting. And so our patent back again is swerving. Oh, thyself thou gavest, thine own worth then not knowing, or us to whom thou gavest, else mistaken. And so thy great gift, upon misprision growing, comes home again on better judgment making. Thus have we had thee, as a dream doth flatter. In sleep, a king. Huh? Waking, no such matter.
Montreal! Best city in North America, I think. Maybe the whole world. Been here a long time now. A lot of years. I don't remember how many exactly now. Long time. That time of year thou mayest in me behold, when yellow leaves, or none, or few, do hang upon those boughs which shake against the cold, bare ruined choirs where late the sweet birds sang. In me thou seest the twilight of such day, as after sunset fadeth in the west, which by and by black night doth take away, death's second self, that seals up all in rest. In me thou seest the glowing of such fire, that on the ashes of his youth doth lie, as the deathbed, whereon it must expire. consumed with that which it was nourished by. This thou perceivest, which makes my love more strong, loving that well, which I must leave ere long. There you go.
Some glory in their birth.
Some in their skill.
Some in their wealth.
Some in their body's force.
Some in their garments, though newfangled ill.
Some in their hawks and hounds.
Some in their horse.
And every humor hath its adjunct pleasure,
wherein it finds a joy above the rest.
But these particulars are not our measure.
All these we better in one general best.
Your love
is better than high birth to us.
Richer than wealth. Prouder than garments cost.
Of more delights than hawks or horses
or hockey.
Be.
And having thee, of all men's pride we boast.
Wretched in this alone.
That you mayst take all this away.
And us most wretched make.